So what a weekend it was for Brent Venables and the Oklahoma Sooners as they exit the weekend with two commitments, one in the class of 2022 and three-star wide receiver Gavin Freeman from the state of Oklahoma, as well as in the class of 2023 with in-state athlete Erik McCarty. But today, they lose a key piece of that 23 class in four-star prospect, top 50 player in all of high school football, DeAndre Moore, and we need to break it all down. But before we do, as always, y'all know the drill. I want to hear from you. Hop down to the comments, give me a Y for yes, N for no. And two things today. First and foremost, are you surprised that DeAndre Moore has decommitted from the Oklahoma Sooners? And secondly, are you happy with the two commitments Oklahoma picks up in Gavin Freeman and Erik McCarty? Can't wait to hear from y'all. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification. I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it. And if you enjoy the content, like and comment down below. Those interactions may seem small, but they're massive to content creators such as myself and both getting picked up and maintained by the YouTube algorithm. But with all that being said, we will start in the class of 2022, where Oklahoma picks up a commitment from a three-star wide receiver that was formerly committed to Texas Tech. And Brent Venables and company did not want to let a three-star prospect from their state slip through their fingers and end up playing for an in-conference opponent. Add into the equation that Freeman is a legacy to the Oklahoma Sooners, and it was just the perfect mix. Freeman adds in a really dangerous elusiveness when he gets the ball in his hand, and when you watch his highlights, he's someone who put up video game-like numbers through his senior year. He's going to be really interesting to see how he progresses with the Oklahoma Sooners, how he's utilized in this offense, but he is somebody that you must watch him when he gets the ball in his hands. He can really make you pay. But then we need to fast forward into the class of 2023, where in-state athlete Erik McCarty also joins the Oklahoma Sooners. McCarty is a legacy as well, just like Freeman, and another example of Brent Venables and company not wanting to let talent in-state leave the state. Now, McCarty is an intriguing prospect, 6'2", 180 pounds, playing running back and safety. Where he ends up playing at the next level is anybody's guess because he excelled at both defense and offense, and he put up monster numbers his junior year. This is a prospect we need to watch as he continues through the summer and into his senior year because I have a feeling he could be shooting up the rankings, and we need to be talking about him and keeping him on the forefront of our mind as we look to the class of 2023. So two in-state prospects that you love to see because of the fact that they're legacies and really solid football players, so I'm very excited to see what each of these individuals do going forward. But we also need to look at Oklahoma losing a key piece of that class of 23 in top 50 player overall DeAndre Moore, one of the top wide receivers in the class. DeAndre Moore is a teammate of former Oklahoma commit Malachi Nelson, and so it is going to be interesting to see how his battle and process goes hereafter. With Malachi Nelson decommitting from Oklahoma, committing to USC to play for Lincoln Riley, one could assume that DeAndre Moore could do the same thing, but ultimately it is going to be interesting to see what schools start pursuing Moore because he is a very talented athlete. But what does this mean for Oklahoma's class? Well, to put it plainly, you would have loved to keep Moore into the class. He is a very talented prospect, a top 5 wide receiver for a reason, and a blue chip 4-star prospect for a reason. Very talented player. The good news about this and the one silver lining is we're a year away from 23 National Signing Day. So there's plenty of time to think about the next moves as it pertains to 23. Oklahoma really jumped far ahead in the class of 23. And so now that you lose a prospect in that very class, you still have so much time ahead of you, and your staff is really still gelling together and really still getting to know these recruits. So it's a long way to go in the class of 23. So while it is disappointing because he is that good of a player, Moore is absolutely someone you would love to get in this class, and it is a bit of a hit not having him in the class. By that same token, there's still so much time left, and Brent Venables and company will be able to identify wide receivers that they like if Moore doesn't get added back into this class. So it is something we need to watch going forward. But what a weekend for the Oklahoma Sooners. 2 commits added, 1 decommit, as we need to continue watching what happens as National Signing Day approaches. That's it. See ya.